Hi, it's Yvette, the craft shop girl. Today I'm going to share with you how I use the little golden books to make a Christmas journal. Usually these books have the gold spine. This one happens to have a little red foil spine on it, not the typical gold spine, but it's still a little golden book. And what I've done is I've picked out some papers, cardstock, and I will show you those. What I did is I picked them out ahead of time, and then I coffee dyed all of them just to kind of give them a little bit more of a vintage feel. So these are some of my papers. And I went ahead and made some tags. I'm going to go through the whole process, and I'm going to show you also how I make some of my cards and my coffee dyed envelopes. But for now, I'm starting with the cover. I'm going to take off this spine here. But I'm going to move my mat because last time the heat from it caused it to bubble. It cools and then it's fine, but okay. So I have this tool here that I use. I've done it different ways. This has been my favorite way of doing it. It takes the spine off completely. If you don't have something like this, I do have other videos of how I've pried off the spine to take the pages out and how I've kept it still intact. So I can link those to this video. But for this one, I'm going to take the spine off, and I think I'm going to make a hidden signatures, so all of my sewing will not be exposed on the outside of the spine. So let's get started. Let's see. Ooh, I think it's all, there we go. It's all off. Okay, it's very sticky. I'll leave that like that so that can kind of cool. But if you see, we've got the whole spine there. So I'm gonna let, this glue is all gummy, so I'm gonna let it dry on its own. And I don't wanna get, let's see. Okay, that's almost dry. Put my mat back, make sure I'm in frame here. Okay, so now what you need to do is just either get, if you have a staple remover, you can use that. You can also use pliers. I might have to, oh, there we go. I got those up. I'm using a brand new book. I've noticed that the new books give me more of a problem than the vintage ones. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so there you go. There's that. And then you're going to have two signatures inside. They're still kind of gummy. And then you have your front and back cover. And You can do it two ways. You can fold it and keep it to its original size and just expand your spine. I'm planning on doing that. When you do that, your pages end up sticking out a bit. So because a lot of the little golden books don't have anything on the edges, so if you trim it on the edge, usually you don't take up, you know, you're not cutting out any of the image or the words. But for this one, I want to keep all of this. I don't want to lose any of the images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a trim on the outside of the back and the front cover so that it'll make up that difference. And you'll see how I do that. I don't know if I'm going to do a ruffle or something, lace, something to give that extra edge there. Okay, so I'm going to put these two signatures aside, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up inserting the pages into the cardstock pages. But for now, I'm going to show you how I expand this cover. And what I use is I use a cereal box, and I use the edge of the cereal box. This is what I make most of my journals from. And in this case, I'm just going to be using these centerpieces. So I'm going to trim them down. And I have tons of these that I already have trimmed down. My son eats a ton of cereal. I guess it's a good thing for me. So I have them already like in my stash ready to go. I cover them with paper that I get from my Amazon packages. And I double them up so that they're nice and sturdy. Okay, do I want to keep this as a cover? No, I have a ton of them. Okay, I'm going to just cut it down. And I can use this for journal cards, or I have a ton of little golden books that I need to make more of this coming new year. I have so many projects that I've wanted to get started on, and I can't work on the projects fast enough. Still have to work and do all the other things that keeps us occupied with our lives. Okay, so this is, I think, 2 inches. Oh, it's like 1 3/4 inches. So I think that'll be a nice size, because with Christmas journals, I feel like there's never enough space. They get chunky really fast. So I think I'm gonna use, where's my art glitter? I'm just gonna use my fabric tack. Let's see what size I need these to be. Might have to let them set overnight and then stop the video so it dries, because I definitely want to make sure that these dry well. Whenever I have things drying, I usually will set them under books, heavy books. And I might just do that with these, because then you get a good, oops, I'm not using this one fat. You get a good binding of it. And I keep opening it just to make sure that I haven't glued into the crease of it. Okay, I might trim this a little bit. All right, so now what I'm going to do is, with that extra piece, I'm going to cut it down and use it as filler. Let's see, I'm going to actually double this up. Make sure it doesn't have to be perfect. I like to make it as straight as possible, but it's all going to get covered up. So it just needs to be good enough. If that makes sense. And straight enough. Moved a little bit. Oh well. Let's see if those fit in there. Yep. And I'm putting 2 because I want it to be flush, even though this is going to get covered. The other reason I let it dry overnight is this is where you're going to be sewing your signatures into. And you want to make sure you're doing it into, oops, into the cereal box area. You gotta make sure you're not doing it in the crease. You want it on one side or in the middle there. Okay. Might actually put another piece. Let me see. I think I'm liking it like that. What's great about the fabric tack is it dries so quickly and so fast. All right. So while that dries, let's put some of these together. I think I'm going to switch these. I'm going to have this one here and that one there. So my center is going to be this paper here with some pockets. And I'm thinking maybe of okay. So I have So this portion of the video I wanted to speed up, but what I did basically is I already have 2 signatures. One signature has 6 pages of the story. So I added 4 more sheets of paper, so that gave 10 papers per signature. And what that did is that gave me 40 pages front and back. So this book will have 80 pages, which I think is plenty. You can always add more signatures and less pages. And now for the cover, and I might have to put another piece of, let's see if these would fit. Ooh, no, but I might have to put another piece down or another piece of something just to give it some flatness. And then inside, I'll glue this down. I feel like I want a piece of paper. Let me go grab some of my scrap. That would go best with that. Maybe I'll put a piece of this in here. I like to keep this always free because I know my kids always, all their names, in most of the books, they have their names in them. Especially when you have, like, they're gifted and you have the handwriting of their grandparents or their aunts or family members, or they try to scribble their own name in there. Okay. And I think I'm going to use this. Uh-oh. See if it's dried. I had this glue sitting on my desk and I didn't realize I had it. I just dropped that. I had it laying on its side, so I don't know if it dried. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, there we go. My house, I feel like it's a little bit disorganized right now, and it makes me a little cuckoo because I'm trying to decorate for Christmas, and of course I want to do all the fun stuff and do my crafts and start new projects, but the Christmas decorating part is still needing to get accomplished. Okay, I'm not getting this glue to work. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I feel like it's dry. Something's not right about it. So I put up a tree in my kitchen already, and then I decided the tree that I was going to put in my bedroom, I put it here in my craft room, and then I decided, because I like to put a tree up in my bedroom, I like to be able to lay in bed at night and have all the lights on the tree and watch TV, and it's kind of relaxing. But I ended up, which it's supposed to get delivered today, I ended up purchasing a 9-foot tree because we have vaulted ceilings in our bedroom. So I thought, oh, that would look nice. So I could be done decorating, but just like my projects, I continue to come up with new ideas, and it just kind of never ends. Okay, I think that worked. I'm gonna let it glue completely before I start bending it, but I can start doing my signatures. Okay, so I have already made, I make these templates, and I do have a video of, you know, how I measure it. You can use paper and fold it to get your halfway point. I like making little templates. I use any kind of cereal box, cookie box, whatever works. And I think I have one for little golden books. Yep. So yeah, I only have 2 trees done, and I have 2 more to go. And the one that's getting delivered today, I keep checking, and Amazon hasn't delivered it, or hasn't even left the facility, so I don't even know if I'm supposed to get it today or not. So what I do with the spines is I do 3 times the length here. And there's 2 ways you can sew this. You can sew it the way I'm going to do it, with the threads in the center of your center signature dangling out, or you can sew it in reverse and just have a thin piece of string in your center. But I think I'm going to leave it with the tie in the center so that I can put some dangles or something. Now I think these, I don't know if they're falling right in the center. I was hoping they wouldn't. No, they're not. Okay, so that works out perfectly. So I'm going to line this up. Get some of these. I want to make sure it's not if you do a lot of the same size book and you have your templates, it makes it really, really easy. Should I poke it the other way? Because this is going to be covered. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it on the inside. You know what? No, I'm not, because I don't want to be off at all. See, I'm just talking to myself. Okay. Sure you don't poke your finger on the other side. Okay. I don't want to lose this. Okay, there's my holes. Got a little close to the edge there, but not too bad. Now we're going to do our first signature, and you just want to make sure all your pages are lined up however you want them. If you want it centered, if you want it off a bit, just get all those pages right where you want them. And I think pretty much did that when I was going through it. Once you have them all in place, you just want to clip them down so they don't shift on you. And always double check to make sure you've got it the right way. Okay, so then what you can do is you can line up your template, and at each line you can mark where you're going to puncture your hole. See if I can see it through the pattern. Oh, I did. This one, I'm gonna have to double check it. I think I see it, but let's see. Yep. Oh my God, I think I lost that one again. It's better to, better to check it twice than, or 3 times than not. Okay. This one's going to give me trouble. Sometimes I get it first try, and then others not so much. This one's already frayed. Okay, there we go. Let me see. I don't know if I should zoom out a little bit. Okay, that might help. So you're going to start with your center hole. Start with your center. Now, if you were doing it with all of your binding on the back, you would start the reverse. Oops. You're going to go to top. Where's that hole at? I lost the whole, there it is. Okay. Then after you go top, you want to make sure you pull it all the way through. And sometimes it gets stuck on all the little things. No, it's fine. Then you're going to go to your bottom. Pull that through. Then you're going to go back through your center. You want to get on, let's see, I want to get on one side. Sometimes, see how I have it open? I open it so I can see where I'm going with it. You want to try not to go through that thread and split it. Sometimes that happens. And then you just have to kind of work its way out. And then I try to make these as even as possible. Sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge. Okay, let's see. Let's see if there's any wiggle. No, I don't think so. All right, so you want to put your thread on each side of your center string here. And you're going to tie it 3 times, going in one direction, then the opposite direction, and then one more time. And then that's it. That's your first signature. Ooh, I keep wanting to bend it, and I haven't bent it yet. All right, I'll do that after. All right, let's get that second signature in. Book is going to be so cute. All right, let's check our pages and make sure. Let's see how that one turned out. The little half sheets. Did I go through them? No, they were right in the center of each binding on that one. Oh, this one got 2. Okay, this one got 2 also. All right, maybe I'll put this one a little bit lower just to make it a little sturdier. Wait a minute. I don't remember that one being that way. Maybe we can put another sheet in there. There's a lot in there. Let's see. What did we do here? Oh yeah, I can move some of this. Maybe I'll move this one to here. Yeah. Okay, let me start that one over again. And then I still have to make a corner tuck for that one. I'm going to probably make some more tags maybe. I know I want to do like a belly band on one of the sheets. So got still a little bit more work to do on this. Which for me, well, it's all fun, but it's always fun to make the tags and put the book together. Ooh, did you see that? That one broke. Where's the other one? Okay. And on my template, I don't know if you can see it, I write which is the top, so that just in case I didn't fold it correctly, I know I have it somewhat the same on each signature. Checking to make sure I have those correctly. See if I can get this in the first try. Or did I jinx myself? Oh yeah, I might have jinxed myself. I feel like the needle has to get cleaned out. Like it's full of wax or something. This is my favorite needle, so I use this one each time. All right, so we're gonna go to the center. Once again, center to center. Then I'm gonna do top. Top, top. And then back through the center. And then you want to just check it and make sure that, see how this one has a little bit of space here? You want to make sure you pull them so that, oh, and I split that thread. So I don't know if you can see that. See how I went through the other thread? What you need to do is just pull those out from each other. Okay, I think that's pretty tight. Yes. Okay. So I love this. It's so cute. Okay. Still haven't bent that. Might have to take something down that. All right, but first, I think what I'm going to do with my spine is I'm going to go ahead and cover it with a piece of scrapbook paper. I'm going to cover it first. I've taken this, cut this to size. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use my glitter glue here, if I can get the pin out. Something's going on with all of my tips on my glue. I think they're clogged. I think it's time to clean everything out. All right, if this doesn't work, I'll use a different glue. Oh, I didn't mean it. I really want to use it. Let's try this again. I need to clean all these tips. Ew, they're rusty. That needle's rusty in there. Ew. Okay. So I'm going to use this glue. And then I'm going to glue my little foil, red foil spine onto this paper. And this should cover up over those threads nicely. Make sure my little animals are the right direction. This paper that I selected actually works really well because of the grid lines. Now what I've done on other books, and I don't know if I want to do it on this one, is I have put over a clear glaze to kind of protect it. I can show you on one of my books here. You can't even tell that there's a glaze over it. This one, I left the threads from the signatures exposed, but these I wanted them hidden. So I think I'm gonna let that dry, and pretty much that's it for hiding your signatures in there. So now what I'm going to do is I will go ahead and do a flip through of, actually not a flip through, well I will do a flip through, but I'm also going to start filling it. So I have a bunch of ephemera that I've already started with, and I will go ahead and work on that in my next video. So I hope that helped. If you have any questions on how to do this or need more information, leave me a comment. I am going to show you, once I start filling it, how I'm going to cover up these pages with either some kind of ribbon or material. So stay tuned and you'll get to see the rest of it. Hope that helped. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.